with over 30 trains arriving each Saturday during the summer months. In addition, many goods were delivered by rail, and this included coal, building materials, and mail. A train was named after Sidmouth. This never travelled on the Sidmouth line. The train left Sidmouth, and the first stop was at Tipton St John's. The line was joined at Tipton St John's by the branch line from Budleigh Salterton. And from there, it followed the river to Ottery St Mary, and then on to Sidmouth Junction. During the winter months, many delays occurred due to the flooding of the river. We now come to the present time, and this picture shows Sidmouth Station as it is today. The main station building is occupied by a company called National WestChem. The owner, Bob Reynolds, is currently undergoing renovation of the station to bring it back to its former glory. The room on the left-hand side of the platform was originally used by Messrs W.H. Smith & Sons as a bookstall. This is a view of the main booking hall with the waiting room on the left-hand side. The buildings in the yard were originally occupied by a company called Miller and Lilly's. These have since been taken over by Bradford's, the builders merchants. You will find throughout the line that Miller and Lilly's operated a company close to the railway line so they could receive their goods by rail. Inside the engine sheds you can still see the smoke left by the steam engines, even on the beams and rafters. A pulley was suspended from the rafters, and this was used to load and unload the goods vehicles. It's hard to imagine the size of the trains that used to occupy these buildings. The building from outside, and you can see the smoke on the right hand side of the archway. Men working at Bradford's recently discovered these railway lines. These are the only railway lines that we have seen during making of the film. Rail track used to run down between these buildings. The railway sheds again. This building was reported to have been the way station. I do have my doubts about that. We're now out on the open track, and this bridge goes over Icehouse Lane. You can see that modern day traffic just wouldn't go underneath the bridge. Further up the line, we come to the top part of Higher Walbrook Park. This is now a public footpath. If you take yourself back 20 to 30 years, can you imagine the young children playing in the fields, waving to the trains as they go by? When you think this railway was built 120 years ago without the aid of modern technology and equipment, and it was built over a period of 5 years, it's quite an achievement. We're now at Greenway Lane and this railway bridge. Just think of children standing on the top, with the smoke going over their heads, looking down on the track. This is the track towards Sidmouth. And it's quite recognisable as the railway line. You can envisage the holiday makers 100 years ago coming into Sidmouth and looking out and trying to see the sea. This is looking the other way towards Tipton St John's. We're now at Tipton St John's station, and the current owner has obviously spent a lot of time keeping the station as it was originally built. Just think of the passengers getting off the train and going off across the road to the Golden Lion and enjoying a pint. Looking up back towards Sidmouth, approximately 200 yards from the Golden Lion was where the branch line joined to go to Budleigh Salterton. We've now arrived at Ottery St Mary, and this was the engine shed at Ottery St Mary. Again, you can see the smoke over the entrance. The sliding doors. There is very little at Ottery to suggest that the railway was ever here. The tracks that you see were nothing to do with the railway. These have been put down since. Again, the smoke. This was another building which was occupied by Miller and Lilly's. And this is a view of the Ottery St Mary railway station. A mangle. It's surprising what you see when you're filming. This was made by Matthews Brothers of Honiton and Axminster. I wonder what it was used for. It looks too big for domestic use, and the only train seen on the Sidmouth to Sidmouth Junction railway line, painted on the side of Ottery St Mary station. There's very little at Ottery to suggest that the railway ever ran through the town. The bank has been built up here, but that's all you can see. From Ottery we go to the level crossing at Cadhay Junction. This gate on the level crossing has been renovated, and if you look across the other side of the road, that is the original gate. You can see the ivy and the brambles all intertwined. The level crossing keeper's house. And from Cadhay Bridge, the railway wound its way through to Gosford. The next crossing we see is Gosford Crossing. The route of the line, and the level crossing keeper's house. This sign was recently found in the level crossing keeper's garden and has been restored.
Here you are.
Peter Hutchins.
And I believe you actually worked here years ago.
For 8 years.
For 8 years?
Looking after the gates and living on my own.
Yeah?
And this is where the actual frame stood there, where we used to pull the levers to pull off the signals.
Was that the signal to let let them know the train was coming? Or?
To let the train come on once
Yeah.
the gates were shut.
Yeah. Where would that be? Just down the road?
Yeah, about a mile and a half. And Sidmouth Junction's actually over there. Right up over there.
Yeah. So you pulled the signal, and that let the train driver know that the actual level crossing
Was clear
was clear. Ah, yeah.
for the train to come through.
Yeah. How many years did you say? 8 years?
8 years out here.
Yeah.
And of a Saturday we used to do 70 odd trains.
70?
70 odd trains of a Saturday in the summer.
Well, you must have been up and down all day.
Yeah, I used to start 6:10 in the morning
Yeah.
and finish 11:10 in the night.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I believe you were at Tipton St John, were you, for some
Yes.
time?
Yes. 1949 I was down there until 1954.
What do you think about the accident of the railway? Do you think it was a good thing?
No, I don't.
No.
Definitely not.
No. All the traffic now has got to go through the towns, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you now the proud owner of this.
Yes, sir.
You obviously loved your job.
Yes, I
And
love
your
my
memories.
job and I love my house. Love my bungalow. And I got lovely scenery around here.
Oh, you certainly have. Thanks very much.
You're welcome, sir. Nice to see you.
We've now arrived at Sidmouth Junction. You'll notice it's now called Pennerton. This station bears no resemblance to what it used to be.